And I was very interested by this because I've looked at every conspiracy theory, you know, moon landing, 9/11, JFK, I mean, all kinds of conspiracies. The one I had never looked at, and now, you know, I'm 58, so I'm like, okay, let me look at this one, is God. And I said, let me see about this God thing. I've never been a religious guy. And so I start reading, and I start talking to people. I also found that around me, like a couple of people I was working with, they were all Christians, and not that anyone was ever pushing anything on me. When I asked them questions, they were gladly answered. And there's a lot of stuff written about Jesus. There's a lot written, you know, thousands of years of books, and there's some contemporary stuff such as evidence demands a verdict. And, you know, this just is so much. And I got to tell you, Joe, as sure as I know that Building 7 didn't fall down out of sympathy for Building 1 and 2, God is real, Jesus existed, he was a badass outlaw, and it has changed my outlook on life. It has really changed the way I look at things. And I believe that we can win with God. I know that may sound a little weird coming from me, but I'm all in on this. And, you know, I'm not a, you know, like, you know, you may think of someone who believes in God or Jesus as a crazy right-wing nut job, which I'm obviously not. But man, it's powerful stuff when you put prayer into your life. It's really powerful. The Holy Spirit.
I don't think there's anything weird about it at all. I mean, I think there's a reason why it exists, why it's so prevalent in so many cultures. It helps people.
It's about love.
Yeah,
it's all about love.
Yeah, whether or not. The idea, the problem is the word. That word has been co-opted. Yeah, the word has been co-opted in a lot of people's minds. There's not a real problem with the word. I should rephrase that. There's a problem with the perception of the word.
Sure.
The perception of the word is that you believe in fairy tales. And you believe in old mythical stories by the book, and you believe that gay people shouldn't be allowed to get married, and you believe, you know, there's like all sorts of stuff that comes with that.
That's not really contemporary religion anymore, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Isn't that fascinating? No, contemporary religion is a fascinating concept.
Of course.
Because then you have to agree that the hand of man has decided, and culture has decided to manipulate these ancient doctrines and change them to keep up with the times.
Or evil.
Or evil, yeah.
Or evil. It's kind of like,
but I think what I was going to say is like the concept of like a guy in the sky, you know, with a robe on, like what people consider God. That might seem ridiculous, but the idea that there's a powerful force of the universe, like, why wouldn't there be? Like, how else did this happen? Even if that powerful force is just some scientific creation machine that's impossible for you to wrap your head around the amount of power that it has. It's literally created the universes, the multiverses, the different planets and the different beings and all the inventions. It's created everything, and it's constantly in this creative process. Like, just knowing that that's a real thing can give you order in your life. I think the problem that a lot of people have is they think they're smarter than they really are. So they think that like saying they believe in God like makes them seem stupid, you know, and they're worried about criticism, so they won't say it. So they won't.
Well, it's interesting because you look at the concept of the simulation.